Hi everyone, my name is Anthony Gonzalez. I typically get called Tony G. I want to welcome you to the Resistance Reset channel. In this channel, you will be learning health and wellness advice as life has taught me. Um, this channel was originally conceived as an IG page, Resistance underscore Reset. Please follow us. Where at the very beginning of the pandemic, all the gyms shut down. People were scrambling for health information, and there was just an abundance of information all over social media. Now, some of my clients would often send me these posts like, hey, you think I should do this? Hey, you think I should do this? Friends as well. And this kind of led me to say, you know what? I think it's time that I give back. Now, I've worked the past almost 5 years in orthopedic sports medicine as a physical therapist assistant under the direct supervision of someone who is OCS, orthopedic certified specialist. In that time, I learned so much about the body. It's crazy. Now, before that, I was a personal trainer for 13 years, and as well as a swim instructor. I've been swim instructing for 17 years, and I've worked with special needs kids for the past 15 years as well. Um, Now, in this time, I've learned and I've worked with a variety of people. Everyone from the ages of 2 all the way up to 80 has been my oldest client. In that time, you learn that not everyone is different. Um, and not everyone is different. I mean, essentially, your skeleton remains relatively the same. So, keeping that in mind, there are certain exercises, key movements that everyone needs to get down. And when you start looking at certain personal training, and I'm not shooting on any personal trainers because everyone has their own unique style. However, what's out there right now is really getting me mad because I kind of did like a sniper agent thing. I would sign on to some of these programs, download them, and then you get a workout page saying bicep curls 3 sets of 10, tricep curls 3 sets. This is not an adequate program. This doesn't tell you how to do a bicep curl because there are several motions depending on which one you do as a bicep curl will affect different muscles. Your biceps primarily responsible for supinating and flexing your arm. So if you're not doing a curl where you're actually curling it, technically you're not engaging the muscle properly. Um, and this kind of angered me. So I was just like, well, you know what? People really need to see a video, and just like where do we start? Where's the reset button? Hence where resistance reset is. So via the use of resistance bands and some light weights, um, you can effectively transition your body to a point where you could get back into sports. You could get back into the gym, doing those normal things, and you could actually go to some of these other plans, which tend to be, in my opinion, they start off way too aggressive without knowing the underlying person's strengths and weaknesses. So someone telling you to do a overhead shoulder press at week one doesn't know the strength of your rotator cuff or your scapula stabilizers, and that can be dangerous. You can have someone go into an impingement syndrome, and we see this all the time in the field. We're just overrun with these very simple injuries, and if people had a source somewhere where they can go to and just get information, just do the sheer basics, where people walk you through the steps on how to do it. Um, there's a reason why I did the judo kick. I'll explain that in a second. Uh, then I think it would change everyone's health. Uh, no one wants to be in rehab or injured. Like, coming from myself, I've torn my right rotator cuff. I've herniated lower lumbar discs. I've herniated upper cervical discs as well. If you could imagine, it's probably happened to me to a certain extent. And in all these things happening, it was just like, okay, I can't go to the gym anymore. I can't do that. And that crushed me. That broke my spirit. And I can relate to any athlete who's injured and they're like, look, I just want to get back to doing what I'm doing. I understand that. But you need to build the basics up. So this is where this channel should help. Um, there's no way to give direct education on a specific injury. If you do have an injury, you do need to see a medical provider and or a physical therapist so that you can be prescribed, because in no way, shape, or form can this program replace better medical practices. Okay, but what we can do is we can start you on a proper training course where you're less likely to have injury. Um, Clients, patients, friends, and family who have worked with me no longer complain about injuries. They forget about their back pains. Not to boost my ego, even though it sounds like that. But by and large, when they send me programs and I look them over, I'm seeing where's the basics, and people may say, oh, there's no cookie cutter model, but to a certain extent, you know, human body is a human body. It needs to operate in a very specific manner. So this is what this program is looking to do. So yeah, welcome to the page. Welcome to the channel. Please subscribe so you get our videos. We're going to begin with a stretching series. Stretching is very, very important. I always go by the motto, mobility beats stability. Or strength, really, actually. I shouldn't say stability. That some people would misconstrue that. So think about it this way, right? If your muscle can never go through full range of motion, then you can never get the full strength of that muscle out of it. If you had a bicep and the only motion you could do is this, then your bicep's only going to be strong from here to there, whereas you want full range of motion. Now, in order to properly stretch your bicep, you need to extend your arm and go out in a downward anchor where you're here, something like this. And that's what this program looks to do. So we're going to be educating you. We'll walk you through the process to stretch. We'll talk about it, what you should feel, what you shouldn't feel, red flags. And just stay tuned. Thanks for watching. And also, please, if you like, remember to hit the like button and subscribe. This is my first YouTube video. This should be interesting.